All right, so what we have here is we need to describe how the given function can be obtained from the back graph of one of these basic functions. So kind of the basic function that we're dealing with there is something inside x cubed. And so that's really kind of what we're seeing there. Our base function is going to be x cubed. Now, once we go from there, now the rest of it is just figuring out what the sequence of transformations is that's going to get us the function g of x. All right, so our function is g of x is equal to negative quantity x plus 7 to the third power. So the idea is, what is the basic function? So what is the base function? And that base function is going to be one of them. That's really kind of the simplest thing when we've got something like if we take f of x just to be x cubed. So that's going to be our base function, and we got an idea of what that base function looks like. It's doing something like that. All right, so now we have to figure out what our transformations are that actually gets us that. So we're seeing the x plus 7 on the inside of the cube. And so what that means is really we've got an x plus 7 put inside that function. So that's going to give us x plus 7 cubed. Okay, then what happens is we have this negative that's over on the outside. And so what's that? We've got this negative on the outside. So this thing makes it look like a negative. Multiply both sides on a negative. So we get a negative x plus 7 to the third power. And that is our g of x. And so what this thing is telling us then is we've got this transformation on the inside. So that's going to be translate. It's going to be translate to the left 7. And then when I see this negative out front, it's going to be reflect across the x-axis. Okay, so we get a vertical reflection out of that. So we're getting a vertical reflection from that thing. We do the shift, well, if we do g of x equal to f of x plus 7, then what happens, we sure enough get a new graph that is shifted to the left 7 units. Okay, so now we got to get that negative in there. So if I put a negative on the outside, so let's say that we have h of x equal to negative f of x plus 7, then what happens, we get a graph that is a vertical reflection of the blue graph that we just shifted over. So if we kind of go through a piece at a time, we start with our original function. We shift that to the left 7 places, so we get the blue function. Then from there, we do a reflection across the x-axis. So we do a vertical reflection, flip it over, and we get our final function looking something like that. And so now we kind of come back and put in the values that we want. We wanted our original function that was going to be shifted to the left 7 units. And then we reflect across the x-axis to give us a vertical shift, so that's going to be part B. Then they want to know what is our base function. So our base function is going to be x to the third power. And that thing is shifted to the left 7 units, and then it's reflected across the x-axis. Check our answer, and we got it.